Let's go Browns! Something strange is happening in Cleveland. The team just pulled off a dominant 31-6 victory, the kind of victory that should excite fans. And yet, there's a nagging question in the locker room, one that no one on the coaching staff seems eager to answer. Why, in a game that was already decided, with the score sealed and the crowd on high alert, did the coaching staff refuse to give their young quarterback even a snap? No turnovers, no passes, no chance to prove himself when it wouldn't cost them anything. What are they hiding? Or perhaps, what are they afraid of? If you were yelling at the screen wondering why the kid didn't catch the ball, this video is for you. Go ahead and like it right now if you think something doesn't make sense. And if possible, leave your opinion in the comments. Was the coaching staff protecting someone or something else entirely? Well, it's time to talk about what's really going on inside the quarterback room, because the signs are becoming too obvious to ignore. Without further ado, let's get right to it. Stefanski doesn't want Shedeur Sanders on the field. Not because of skill, not because of performance, but because of image, attitude, and perhaps the fear of a quarterback controversy that could shake the team's entire balance. According to Skip, Stefanski is committed to the front office and management with one goal, to keep Shedeur out of the way. He claims the coach doesn't like Sanders' behavior, mannerisms, social media presence, or overall energy in the locker room. This reportedly irritated many during the recruiting process, resulting in Sanders being placed below Dillon Gabriel on the Browns' depth chart. Now, let's get to the facts. During training camp and the preseason, Dillon Gabriel received almost all of the first-team reps. Sanders, almost none. And even when he started 2 preseason games, he never got a chance to play with the starting offense. Then draft night arrived. Cleveland selected Gabriel in the 3rd round, ahead of Sanders, and soon after, he was named QB2, behind Joe Flacco. It's as if the organization was setting the narrative before Sanders even threw a pass. But nothing highlighted this tension more than what happened, or didn't happen, during the Dolphins game. With the Browns up 31-6 and less than 5 minutes to go, you'd expect the 3rd-string QB to get a couple snaps, right? Give the rookie a chance to stretch his legs in a no-pressure setting. Instead, Gabriel stayed in the game. Sanders never even touched the field. You tell me, Browns fans, is that normal? Is that standard practice when your team is running away with a victory? Tony Grossi tried to explain it away, suggesting maybe Stefanski just wanted Gabriel to enjoy his first win and finish the game himself. Okay, sure. But if that's true, then why was Quentin Judkins, who had already logged 25 carries, still on the field too? Why risk injury to your top offensive weapon just to maintain consistency in a blowout? None of it makes sense, especially when you factor in that Sanders had just been bumped to QB2 on the depth chart. That's right, he was technically the next man up, and still didn't get even one snap in a game that was already over. Think about what kind of moment that could have been. Against the Dolphins defense that has looked terrible all year, with the crowd roaring and the atmosphere electric, number 12 could have jogged onto the field, driven the Browns down the field, and maybe, just maybe, put a touchdown on the board. That type of moment creates buzz. It fuels fan excitement. It gives the front office and coaching staff more tape to evaluate. But none of that happened. And why? Because the Browns were afraid of a quarterback controversy? That's not how a winning team operates. If you're scared to play your backup quarterback in garbage time because he might look too good, then maybe it's time to reevaluate what you're doing. What are we doing here if not putting our best talent on the field? This team still doesn't have a clear long-term answer at quarterback. And Dillon Gabriel? He's been fine. Not great, not dynamic, just safe. He threw for just 116 yards against Miami. He completed 13 passes, and yet the Browns scored 31 points, all thanks to the defense and Judkins. So what exactly are we protecting? A game manager label that Gabriel himself hasn't even earned yet? ESPN Cleveland is hearing whispers that Sanders might finally see the field this season. Tony Rizzo reported that one source told him Shedeur is expected to start the final 4 games of the year, no matter what. Another insider claimed he might even get a shot sooner. And look, unless Cleveland goes on some insane winning streak with Gabriel lighting it up, something we haven't seen any sign of so far, there's no reason not to see what Sanders can do. You didn't bring him here to be invisible. You brought him here because of what he did at Colorado, because of his upside, because of the potential to be great. So the question becomes, what's really stopping Kevin Stefanski? Could it really be fear of fan backlash? Fear that Shedeur comes in, throws a touchdown, and suddenly the city is demanding he start every week? If so, then this franchise is making decisions based on fear, not football. And that's not how you build a championship culture. If anything, you want a quarterback controversy when you don't have a definitive guy. Let the best man win. Let them run it on the field. Gabriel hasn't done anything to quiet the noise. He hasn't made enough plays to seal the job. And that's not a knock on the kid. He's steady, sure. He hasn't turned the ball over, but there have been throws, several, that could have easily been picked. Tony Rizzo even said Gabriel should already have 7 interceptions. That's not the sign of a franchise quarterback. That's a placeholder, a guy you ride until someone else proves they can take the reins. Because here's the bottom line, if Shedeur Sanders comes in and delivers, even in garbage time, it changes everything. It shakes up the quarterback room. It gives the fans something to rally behind. And most importantly, it gives the coaching. Because here's the reality, Cleveland, quarterback controversies don't destroy franchises. Poor decisions do. Playing scared does. And right now, it feels like the Browns are tiptoeing through this season, terrified of triggering something they should be embracing. Competition, fire, urgency, a reason for fans to believe that greatness could be waiting just beyond the horizon. Let's not pretend Shedeur Sanders is some random rookie. This is a guy who lit it up at Colorado, who carries the swagger of a leader and the resume of a gamer. He's got NFL pedigree, he's been under a national spotlight, and most importantly, he's used to pressure. That's the kind of player who doesn't just fold when things get tough, he thrives. So why is Cleveland treating him like a developmental project instead of a legitimate threat for the starting job? And yes, we get it, Dillon Gabriel has done just enough to keep the offense from collapsing. But when your quarterback is described as not the reason you win, but also not the reason you lose, that's not a compliment. That's a placeholder. And Browns fans are tired of placeholders. You've seen it over the years, quarterback after quarterback who came in, handed the ball off, avoided mistakes, and hoped the defense would do the rest. That might get you a few regular season wins. It won't get you a Super Bowl. This team has a defense that's championship ready. They're holding teams down, getting off the field on third downs, creating turnovers. And then you've got Judkins, running hard, chewing clock, racking up touchdowns. Everything else is in place. What's missing is a quarterback who can flip the field in one throw, extend plays when the pocket breaks down, and take over when the game is on the line. Shedeur Sanders might not be that guy yet, but don't we at least need to find out? And speaking of finding out, fans are growing louder in their calls to see Sanders on the field. That's not just noise, it's common sense. Everyone can see what's happening, even the broadcasters, even the analysts. Skip Bayless went as far as saying that if Sanders had started from week 1, the Browns would be the Vanderbilt of the North, surprising, dangerous, and ahead of schedule. Now, Bayless is known for his dramatics, but for once, he might be onto something. At the very least, it forces the question, what could have been? Instead, we're left wondering what will be. ESPN Cleveland sources say Shedeur will get his chance in the final 4 games of the season, barring a miracle run from Gabriel. And that's fine. But what if the Browns drop 2 of their next 3? What if Gabriel continues to underwhelm while the rest of the team keeps doing its job? Are we really going to wait until December to test the future of our franchise? Here's the thing. Giving Shedeur the start doesn't mean giving up on the season. It means investing in the season. It means giving your offense a chance to evolve. It means finding out if this team has lightning in a bottle, if Sanders can bring that electricity to the huddle that this team hasn't had since, well, it's been a long time. And for those worried about his leadership or locker room presence, let's pump the brakes. That's speculation. That's noise. What we do know is that the guy prepares. He's moved up to QB2 on merit. He's earned his shot. So why are we afraid to give it to him? Let's talk straight. Cleveland, this fan base deserves a quarterback battle that's real, not one that's decided in a boardroom, not one that's managed by fear. If Dillon Gabriel wants to be the guy, let him prove it under the pressure of competition. If Shedeur Sanders wants to take the job, let him earn it on the field. That's football. That's the culture we've been begging for. Because here's what's at stake. Not just this season, but the next 5. The next 10. We need to know who we're building around.